three, put them threes on that Running Mate Remix Technology and Overdrive Security Productions brings to you Run Talks featuring it the Lord Joker. Yeah, that's me. Hey, what's going down, Ron? Not much, Joker, not much, man. We just out here broadcasting live at the table. Welcome to Run Talks, a platform of biblical understanding. Great king, reign forever. So, Joker, talking to you earlier, man, and you had this story, man. I wanted to know if you might be willing to share it for the people, the lost sheep, listening in the audience here on Run Talks. Oh, yeah, man. It's good. It's good. All right. Bless the Lord. So, without further ado, it's the large Joker. Yeah, that's me, man. Okay, so I was thinking, man, right, about childhood woes and experiences, right? Okay, so, I'm about, at the time of the story, okay? I'm about, 3, maybe 4 years of age. Okay, I'm still a baby. Okay? We're in church at the Kojic Church of God in Christ. Right? Anyway. But they ain't prepared me for what happened next, okay? They'll let you know, your little Christian church, they might not prepare, your parents might not prepare you for what the Lord is trying to show you, okay? So anyway, I'm about 3, 4 years old. And I remember when it was like in the afternoon around nap time, I used to go into my bedroom. Like my big brother, he had school, so I'm in the bedroom by myself. And I used to go lay in the bed for my nap time, okay? Little kid got nap time, So, I'm about 3, 4 years old. I go and get in my bed. I just lay on top of the covers, And I'm just laying there. You can't immediately fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I'm just, I'm laying there looking at the ceiling. And this is actually a regular occurrence for me as a child, So I'm looking at the ceiling. And all of a sudden, the bedroom starts spinning around in a circle. Okay? So I'm sitting there as a child experiencing vertigo. Okay? So the bedroom spins around, it spins around a few times, and then it comes to a stop. And when the bedroom comes to a stop, I'm still in my bedroom, on my bed, but all of a sudden, there's a little blonde-haired white girl about my age in my bedroom. Okay? So I get up, and long story short, I become friends with this little blonde-haired white girl. So every day around nap time, when I go take my nap, the bedroom spins around in circles and then slows down to a stop. And all of a sudden, I'm in the same house, but apparently when the bedroom spins around, it takes you into the next dimension. Now, I don't know if the audience here at Run Talks is ready to hear things like that. Hey, Joker, let me tell you, man. Here on Run Talks, be prepared to hear the unexpected, Oh, man. Yeah, well, it was definitely unexpected for me, man. Okay, so, every day, man, I'm playing with this little girl in my bedroom. We playing in the closet, we playing with toys, just little kid stuff. but we always stay in the bedroom, man. Okay. And, this girl's dressed in modern clothes. Now, see, this is like in the 70s and the 80s. So, this little kid, she got modern clothes on that, little kids wear in the 70s and 80s. And, so, anyway, long story short, so I noticed, because my bedroom door is like kind of cracked open. It's not open all the way. It's just kind of cracked open so you can see out the crack. Okay. And there's these old white women walking around the house or sitting in the kitchen. Because, the kitchen was right outside my bedroom door. And they're wearing these old clothes from like the 1700s. And they look like they from Great Britain or England or, some type of European. And it's these old women with gray hair and white hair, wearing these old British clothes, like, for the 1700s. Okay, so I'm not understanding what I'm saying. I'm just a child, okay? So, anyway, long story short, I'm playing with this little girl every day. Okay. And, you know how it happens, man. When you're done playing, all of a sudden, you wake up in your bed where you started off, okay? So anyway, so one day, that little girl, she gonna leave the bedroom while we playing, right? She was like, "Oh, I'll be right back," right? So she like walked out the bedroom and was out there talking to the women, okay? So I remember one day I wanted to go outside the bedroom door and play with her and the rest of the house, because this is very peculiar, because all this feels so very real, right? And it's very peculiar. That I can lay on my bed, bedroom spins around, and next thing you know, there's old white women walking around my house with old British clothes on. Okay? And a little white girl in my bedroom playing with me, okay? So, I wanted to go out one day with her, and she stopped me at the door. And she says, "No, you can't, you can never walk out of this bedroom." And I'm like a little kid, right? I'm like, "Why not?" And the little girl says to me, "If my aunties see you, they're going to kill you." So I was like, wow, that's deep. So I just stayed in the bedroom while she go out and come back and go out and come back, right? So one day after she told me that, or the day that she told me that, right, she went out, and I was looking through the crack of the door into the kitchen, and there was this old white woman sitting there in the kitchen, one of her aunties, she said, okay, and she had on like a brown purplish dress on, okay, and she had that gray white hair, okay. Now, before I go there, I used to look through the crack in the door in the kitchen where the old white women were sitting, talking and stuff, okay? And all of a sudden, you see a black puff of smoke just poof in the kitchen, right? And when the smoke dissipates, you see a white man show up out of the black smoke, right? Now, see, back then I didn't understand, but now I understand. These are witches and warlocks that are living in the background of what you think is the earth. And they're manipulating things that you just can't see, right? So I'm always seeing this puff of black smoke disappear in the kitchen, right? And this dude's like some kind of security, okay? He's coming to check, right? So he always shows up and he walks around the entirety of the house, but he don't come in the bedroom, okay? He goes walk around the entirety of the house, making sure that there's no men in this house. Only women is allowed to be in this house. So that lets me know this is a witch's coven. Okay? Now wrap your mind around this. All right? So the day she told me I can't go out there because her auntie's going to try to kill me. Okay? So after she told me that, she go out. And she leave the door cracked, right? So I'm looking in the kitchen. And the old white woman look over toward the door. And she kind of sees me peeking through the crack. And then this look come on her face. That now I know it's Satan. But it's this look that came across her face. And the moment she seen me in the bedroom, when I woke up back in my bed in my side of the earth, demons raided my house trying to kill me. Now, I actually was going to tell a different story, right? But, okay, so we'll tell that story later. I was just going to tell a different story. I'll tell that story later. So since I'm still on this story. Okay, so, I'm like 3 or 4 years old, And, I'm playing in the bathtub one day. And, I was squeezing my little hands together in the water, making the water come out my hand like a little whale or a dolphin or something, like I had a little blowhole. So I'm going through the water doing it. And all of a sudden, I see this little black shadow start swimming around in the bottom of the bathtub. And I'm the only one in the bathtub. And so one day, and every time I see this little black shadow, I black out. Right? So, long story short. So one day, I'm sitting in the bathtub, having my bath time. And this little black shadow appears back in the bathtub water. Okay? So this little black shadow is floating around in the water. And next thing you know, some type of water demon come out of the water and is attacking me. Okay? So, my devil parents, okay? So my parents, my earth parents, let me say that, the Lord is my father, great king, reign, or effort. Call no man on earth thy father, for one is thy father, he that is in heaven. Oh, hey. Every day, baby, every day, man. So, all right, man. So, okay. So, where am I in this story? So, I'm under attack, right, in the bathtub. I'm like 3 or 4 years old, okay? And, the water demon, right? So, my parents, okay, they hear this little commotion going on in the bathroom. So, the old man runs into the bathroom to see what's going on. And there's some type of invisible water devil attacking me in the bathtub, right? And this thing had picked me up and was slamming my head all against the shower wall doors and against the walls. So, I had all these concussions and bruises all over my face as a baby, okay? If you look at my baby pictures, you'll see, man, I look like Biggie Smalls, man. I got bruises all over my face. That's from demon attacks, okay? Anyway, so the old man, he runs over and tried to get me out of the bathtub. But the water devil just started spraying the water out of the tub, right? So that it made it like a wall. Like a wall. Like, how like when the Lord made a wall, when he took the Israelites out of Egypt and made them cross the Red Sea. Right? Yeah. He made a wall. Right? Okay, so there was like a water wall. Right? So the old man, he can't get past the water wall. So there's a toilet right next to the bathtub. So the old man, he's like, try to go over the wall. Okay? So he gets it. This dude's tall. Okay? He's 6 feet tall. So he gets on top of he couldn't have been more than 33, 34. So, so the old man, he like gets on the top of the toilet and he tries to like get into the bathtub to get me. All of a sudden, the shower head blows off the shower nozzle, right? And there's just crazy fire hose type water spraying everywhere. And let me tell you, man, this dude's trying real hard to get in this bathtub, but he can't get to me. And I'm looking at all this stuff happening, and I'm laughing and giggling, right? Because I'm like, oh, wow, this is interesting. Who was joking, man? Hey, man, yeah, I need to be entertained too, man. Anyway, so, this dude, he's trying, right? And he can't get past the water demon, okay? And there's another demon up in there, like, picking me up. So it looks like I'm floating around, flying like Peter Pan, okay? And they keep seeing my head slam into the walls because this devil that they cannot perceive, okay, is picking me up out of the bathtub and slamming my head against the walls, okay? So they're trying to stop this demon, but they can't get to me, okay? All right, long story short, so next thing you know, the devil woman, right? This man's wife, okay? Next thing you know, this woman, okay, she's like, oh, I'm a help. So she gets her courage up, okay, in the hallway, and she runs into the bathroom. I'll get him out. Dad's still on top of the toilet, right? The old man, he on top of the toilet, right? So the woman's like, I'll get him, right? So she gets her courage up and she runs into the bathroom, right? By the time, this is a little tiny bathroom too, okay? So by the time she gets to the middle of the bathroom where the towel rack is, okay, some other invisible entity, okay, grabs her and she freezes in her tracks. And this thing throws her down to the ground, the bathroom floor, and drags her on her back all the way back out into the hallway and just tosses her in the hallway. Okay? Right? And I see that and I'm like, wow. Okay? Right? So she gets her courage back up and she runs back in the bathroom again. And when she got to the same spot by the towel rack, okay, this invisible entity, this devil, grabs this woman, slams her onto her back on the bathroom floor, and drag her on her back out of the bathroom and throw her in the hallway. Okay? So, this woman did that like 3 times and wasn't getting in, right? So, okay, at this point, that's just all I can remember of this. That was the last thing I remember, right? So the old man, he's still on top of the toilet. And that water is spraying everywhere. I'm talking the most extreme water pressure you probably ever gonna see coming out of an old school ghetto shower head, okay? And so, long story short, this is my testimony. My testimony, let me testify. Okay, so this type thing's been happening to the Overlord's Joker since he was a baby. Okay? So that's the last thing I remember right there. So, when I was 40 years old, my parents, Earth parents, they tried to rehearse this story. They usually rehearse this story every year, my birthday. So, when I was 40 years old, they rehearsed this story again, right? And the old man was so traumatized from that, okay? And that had happened like, I was 40 years old, right? Like 37 years prior, about almost 40 years prior. Right? And this man was so traumatized from that. He started crying, telling me this story, rehearsing this story. And, he had to get up from the dinner table and walk away because he a tough guy. He can't let me see him crying. Okay? So, after that, he tried to pretend he didn't know nothing. Right? But I'm like, how you not know it? When I said it, And you've been telling this story, rehearsing it every year. Okay? But on that, well, not every year, because there was a decade where I didn't deal with these people. Okay? Anyway, long story short. So, that little white girl told me that her aunties would try to kill me if they learned that I was in that bedroom. And then they made good on it. Wrap your mind around that. Who is the devil? Hiding in the background, transparent. Lucifer. Satan. Who is this? It's more than just one politician. It's a whole conglomerate of devils, witches, warlocks. Now, you know the scripture in Samuel. 1 Samuel says that, or is it 2 Samuel? It says that rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. So obviously, whoever these witches and warlocks are, at some point in the history of the earth, they rebelled against the Lord and have become witches and sorcerers. And now they're attacking Overlord's Joker as a baby. Running Mate Remix Technology and Overdrive Security Productions brings to you Runn Talks, featuring here he comes. It's the Overlord's Joker. Yeah, that's me. Oh man, Joker, man, you be having the stories, bro. The stories, man. Hey, man, look, I'm just testifying, man. And hey, and people don't be receiving my witness, man. Hey, we testify things we have seen, okay? And people just ain't accepting it. All right, but this is a very true story. Wrap your mind. What world are you living in? Because here in America, out in the wilderness, they don't tell you that you're living, or existing, should I say, in the land of witches. You're in hell. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Runn Talks. Tune in next time when my brother, the Overlord's Joker, expounds on some of the profound nature of the experiences here in hell. As the Lord God, King Almighty, protects his soldier, whom he has molded and formed into a weapon of destruction. And now, a word from our sponsors, The Lord's House Incorporated, G3,